Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And guess what? It is time for a deck profile weekly video. So, I got a little treat for you guys. I did, and I'm saying I did, get some more stuff for the 2 trial decks that we basically just have. And I also combined it with the new Set 6 collection, which I did find very pleasing. And some were just, you gotta find your old stuff to make it more plausible. And which, by the way, you guys, I just want to say before I get started in this video, I just want to say I appreciate guys' concern from my sickness. My cold was really fucking up that one time, so now my voice is coming back better than ever. I hope to God, pretty much. So that's why I'm able to do this video for you guys today. And I also was playing these new trial decks, and God forbid, they were actually pretty fun. Now, the bitchy part is, there may or may not be a chance of me doing a review on the 3rd trial deck because of its insanely highly demand, which is high key, low key bullshit, pretty much. Because Youthberg has been topping in BCS's, Europe's, championships and whatnot, and everybody's been buying that deck out like crazy. Which I could say is I'm not really a big fan of that, because they should leave some time for us. Because the sad thing, you guys, my shop manager literally pre-ordered those trial decks, all 3, and yeah, we were able to get the 2. So the 3rd one, we kind of got screwed over on that one because of its insane demands, and they feel like the distributors decided that they should go with somebody who has a bigger Vanguard platform rather than us, which may or may not make sense, but I still think it's kind of fucked up that we're still waiting on Youthberg, because I really want to review the deck. I wanted to play test it and see what happens, but nope. I'm sad to say that I might have to purchase some of those trial deck cards individually, mind you. And guys, no fucking joke. A fucking hollow foil version of the grade 0, 1, and 2 are pretty much $25 each on TCG Player. It's fucking gross and disgusting. Y'all are fucking crazy. But it is what it is. So, you guys can be entitled to your opinion. But enough about that. Let's get into the deck profile video of Lianorn. So, and I gotta say, you guys, this deck became like another favorite of mine, because I do love the home feeling of Neo Nectar, which I still have my Musketeer Neo Nectar reverse deck intact. So that's another thing that hits home. Now, the person who plays Lianorn her name is Urara Haneyama, and she's a 13-year-old grade school kid. I think she's a freshman, I think. I don't know how the school is there. And her skill is basically in music, which I can relate to because I love music a lot. I even used to sing. So, fun fact, you guys, I used to sing in school during a concert. Now, I wasn't the greatest opera singer, and I had to read my lyrics a little bit more because I was doing Mozart. Not the best one for me. I will say that was so fucked up. I will say that is fucked up. But yeah, and recently Aurora joined Team Blackout, and she was in the competition of the championship tournament, I guess, whatever that guy, Shijinki, or Jinky, what the fuck his name is, he's a little weirdo. But her opponents were basically Yu, Murray, I think that's pretty much it. I don't remember the other ones that she had to deal with. Oh yeah, the one Spider Lady chick, who's the new Barra Magnus player. But yeah. So, basically what this deck kind of does is boosting with Lianorn with all your grade 1 back rows. So, depending on the amount of, attack that they have, those will get transferred to Lianorn. And if you boost 3 or more, well, you guys get the idea. But I do love this deck a lot, and I even did put in the new extra blackout sleeves because she is still she's a blackout member. So let's get on with the video, and I'll tell you guys why. Now keep in mind, you guys, this is still in its early stages because I'm still waiting on saving up the money for getting the other cards that are more expensive, so to speak. So this is all I pretty much can muster at the moment. So for grade 0, we are playing Announcing Wind of Spring Corphie. Corphie? Yeah. So again, this deck's all about the band marching band, and it's the kind of marching band you want to see in school, which even though the marching band kind of sucks to a certain degree. Grade 1, we have Budding of Pleasant Sound, Gracia. And luckily, I do have a spare copy so I can read that effect to you guys. Ow. Alright, Gracia's skill is, when this unit is rolled upon by Brilliant Tune Rektina, you may call this to rear guard. So that's a good thing. It's like a Forerunner ability. Bravo. During the battle, this unit boosted a Vanguard. This unit gets plus 5,000 power. If you really want to, you can play 4 copies of Gracia all together in this deck if you really want to. I may want to try that for funsies, just to see what happens. Because sometimes your ride line can also be your multiple copies kind of person. Speaking of Rektina, we're playing Brilliant Tune Rektina. Now, Rektina's ability is, when this unit is rolled upon by a Lianorn, you can Soul Blast one, choose a grade 1 or less card from your drop zone, and call it to a rear guard, not an open one, but to a rear guard in general. And much like Gracia, she does contain a skill. Screw you guys, I'm blind. Okay, hold on. If your back row has 3 or more rear guards, this unit gets the boost. So, if you really wanted to, you can play 4 copies of this directly and 4 copies of this, and basically get a fucked up amount of power. You can. There's no one gonna stop you but you. And then finally, since this is the progenitor of the soul, pretty much, Bandmaster of Blossoming Bonds, Lianorn for our grade 3. Now, she does bear the same power as the original Lianorn, or the more hollow version, I should say, the original one. This right here is considered to be her spirit. Whatever you want to think about it. And her skill is, when this card would be wrote upon, it is also regarded as Grand March of Full Bloom Lianorn. Which, I do have 1 copy of Lianorn, but I do feel weird by playing it and only playing 3 copies of this Lianorn. So I'm playing all 4 of the trial deck Lianorn until I can get all playset of the grade 3 Lianorn. So it'll be a lot more fair and more easier. So that probably won't be coming in until around Star Power. So we'll see what happens with that one. But this one has the same skill as the other Lianorn. This one is, when this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Okay, I totally fucked up on that skill. My bad, you guys. And boost this unit with all your back row stand units with boost. If your boosted this unit with 3 or more units, this unit gets Drive plus 1, which is a bonus, until the end of the battle. And at the end of the battle, choose 2 of your back row rear guards and stand them. During the battle, this unit is boosted. This unit gets plus 5,000 power in the end of turn. So this card is the same equal amount as the original Lianorn, but a more of a friendlier type of thing. Trial decks are just trial decks. This is just gonna help you understand how the effect works. It's all about you can take this card as a temporary and use these 3 mainly, and then use the grade 3 triple R for the actual Lianorn deck. That's just my personal TBH. But again, this deck is still in its stage 1 effect. It needs more power and more juicing up, which sadly, due to all the bills and the gas and other stuff, I will be taking a bit longer than I thought. But hey, if push comes to shove, I will sell some Yu-Gi-Oh cards in order to get this kind of stuff. So that is the confirmed ride line for Lianorn, her official ride line. Now, for the main deck, it's going to be kind of a shocker, but not too much of a shock. So, for grade 0s, of course, this has been my biggest thing, and I do like it a lot. But I could try to make some changes in this deck. I'll tell you why. Now, for heal triggers, I'm playing 4 copies of the new one, Flowery Tone. Which I do like it because it makes more sense to have a band heal trigger for the band marching band. And I do love it. It does have the white just part just to basically just telling you how it works with the newbies, which not bad. Now I do play 8 criticals in this deck, but I will tell you some changes. So I am playing 4 copies of Melodia Pomera, which I thought was so cute because a doggy is now doing the marching band, and it has shoes. See, it has a little bit of shoesies. And then I am playing 4 copies of Inspiring Maiden Alana. Now this is where it gets a little bit more optional. So I know some people may ask me, why do I not put draw triggers in this deck? Okay, well here's the thing. I like my criticals and I like my heals and my fronts, because this deck does require some front triggers at least. Now, speaking of fronts, I'm playing 3 copies of Frenzied Heiress, and of course the over trigger, Flutter Dragon, Deity of Blessings, Blessfavor. Now, what I can actually do in this scenario, I can take out 1 of each critical trigger and put 2 draw triggers in this deck if I really wanted to. Just give it like a little feel to it, like a rainbow effect, but it's mainly criticals. So I can play maybe, or I can just take out 1 front or 1 critical and put in 2 draw triggers depending on what it looks like. Someone made a joke about me just taking out the heal triggers completely and just play criticals, which I find very stupid because, you guessed it, Dane was the one who said that. He's a fucking asshole. There you go. I said it. So yeah, that is my trigger lineup personally, but that's just my personal take on the deck. Just because I believe the deck doesn't really need much draw power. It can do more draws without the draw triggers, so to speak. And personally for me, the front trigger is just 20k shield that you kind of need in some situations. Now for grade 1s, you guys, this was a very big debate for me doing, because there are 17 grade 1s in this deck, and since the deck does require you to boost a lot more, that explains a lot, so to speak. So I am playing 3 copies of Marching Debut Purete, because that's all I have is 3. I could probably put in a 4th copy if I really wanted to, but her skill is this. During your turn, if you have 3 or more grade 1 or less rear guards, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So that's why I feel like 4 is the best option, but unfortunately, I don't have a 4th copy, sadly. I just don't have one. I might get another box price tomorrow or later down the line, but I know my shop manager is also holding a bunch of stuff for me from Set 6, so my best chance for me is pay him, get some shit, and then make a deck out of those, you know? Pretty much. But yeah, she's definitely a 4 of, but right now I'm playing her at a 3 of, so give or take. Next, I'm playing 4 copies of Lively Rhythm Biara. Biara is supposedly a good card, especially if it's in the expansion pack. Not the holo version, I don't think. Actually, is there a holo version? I don't know. I didn't even check. But if she is a holo version, that's why she's an essential. Her skill is when the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard, put a grade 2 or less card from your hand to the soul and draw a card. Again, so you don't really need much draw. You don't need a draw trigger. This one can just help you get draws better in exchange for putting 1 card from your hand in the soul, which Lianorn does require is a soul to activate some of the skills. Explains a lot. And then we got 3 copies of Recorder Racoon. We got a little great nature in this bitch, so there you go. And this little guy's ability is, when his unit boosts, if my Vanguard has Lianorn in the card name, your opponent cannot intercept until the end of that battle. Again, this little raccoon is more deadlier than being cute. It can literally stop your opponent from intercepting the turn the Lianorn attacks. So, again, 3 of, 4 of, what do you guys think? That's actually a good question. I'm playing 3 copies of Knight of Pure Theadore, just because of his main skill, his discard ability. When his unit is discarded from your hand for the cost, call it to rear guard. So it gives you another booster to attack more with more power, give or take. There you go. Then we got 4 copies of the new complete guard, Custodial Dragon. I like it. I like the new one. I still have my Planar Dragon, prevent Planar Dragons, but I do like this artwork a lot better. I think it's very beautiful, give or take. But, you know, this is the new generation of card fighters, so I think Urara, Michiru, Reika, even Yu's getting a new power, pretty much, from Jiva. So, again, there's like, the game just continues to evolve with the new powers. And this is right now planet power for Lianorn. And then she'll eventually grow into future sets and become more powerful. So for grade 2, I'm playing for 8 grade 2s in this deck. The main ones you probably need are 4 copies of Flutter Dragon. Flutter Dragon's ability is a new card from the Set 6 collection. And when your Vanguard is boosted, this unit gives plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. So it's just whenever, is it continuous? Automatically when your unit boosts a Vanguard. So if Lianorn gets boosted, doesn't make it like 2, 4, 6? I don't think it does. Like whenever a unit boosts, I don't know if it's per unit, but I think whenever your Vanguard gets boosted, that's when it becomes a 12k attacker. And then we got another card that Aurora obviously likes, is called the Upbeat Dragon. Now, Upbeat Dragon's ability is, when this unit intercepts, if your back row has 2 or more grade 1s or less rear guards, this unit gets plus 10,000 power in the end of the battle. Basically making it a 15k shield all on its own. So, you can't really complain about it too much about that. So, yes, 8 grade 2s. And then in this, finally, we're playing 5 grade 3s. So, we are obviously playing 3 copies of the Lianorn trial deck ones, just mainly for Persona Ride. And then we're playing the 2 copies of the new order card, Happy Dreaming Festal. I don't think it's Festival or Festal, but yeah. Festal's ability is that you can only activate this card if you have Lianorn as a Vanguard. Play with 1 Counterblast. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 grade 1 or less unit cards, and call them to rear guard and shuffle your deck. So, it just helps you superior call grade 1s. Hence why we have 17 grade 1s in the deck. So, not quite the bad thing, so to speak. But yes, you guys, that is the concluding video of Lianorn's deck profile video from the trial decks and the Set 6 collection. I cannot wait to make it stage 2 later down the line and see what happens. There will always be updated deck profile videos for you guys. I just wish I had more time to get this stuff prepared, but unfortunately, life just gets in the way. It just happens. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video very much. So I hope you guys know that I do love and appreciate your guys' compliments and your ideas and your thoughts, you know, on deck profile videos. I'm very open to ideas. So anyways, you guys, that is it for the video. Please subscribe, like this video, comment down below what you guys think about this deck, and let me know what kind of cards you think are more better in this game, in this deck as well. I'm very open to ideas, and yeah, let's get ready for video number 2. I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.